Here with Mackenzie Koepke to preview the 2020-21 Concordia women's basketball season. And as we record this, about a few weeks away from the first official games of the season, which will be here at Walls for the Cattle Classic. First off, I know this is a different looking team than what we've seen the past couple of years without the senior class that played a big role their 4 years. But what is it like for you now, being maybe one of the older players and one of the veterans on the team?
Being leader is really important, and so like helping those girls, the younger girls and the new girls that are coming in, just if they have questions, being nice, just kind of explaining the plays, talking them through things. Just there's a lot to learn in a short amount of time. And so making sure that we're all on the same page is really important.
How long does it take someone to kind of pick up this system? Because I don't know how many are used to playing this fast and pressing all the time when they come from high school.
Yeah, it's a different level, it's a different speed. You have a lot of, again, talented girls, not just on our team, but across the whole conference. And so just being able to work together as a team and know each other's strengths is important, but you pick up on it pretty fast when you play together every day.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and you certainly didn't come from too far away with your alma mater being Lincoln Lutheran, of course. Not uncommon for Lincoln Lutheran alums to come to Concordia. What went into your decision, though, to choose Concordia?
Obviously it's close to home, and so that makes it easy for my family and my closer friends to come and watch our games and support me. But just the atmosphere of the team is what really kind of drew me to Concordia, like how close we all are in the community that supports not just our basketball team, but all of Concordia, all the sports involved, and obviously the Christ-centered education and aspect of everything at the school.
Where do you rank yourself among the other Lincoln Lutheran alums here?
I don't think you can rate them.
You competed, I know, against your younger brother in some sort of TikTok dance too. I remember over the quarantine period. What happens when you play each other in basketball?
We try to have fun with it more than make it a competition, but obviously there's that sibling kind of rivalry, you want to win, but at the same time, making it fun and just I don't know, my brother and I are very similar, so joking around and laughing is a big part of our relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well, getting back to basketball and this team, what was it like just showing up to practice and you don't have those seniors from last year anymore? What was that feeling like?
Obviously we miss them, and they were a huge part of this program, and what they accomplished in their 4 years was incredible. And even though that they are gone, there's that standard, and that we have the phrase "tradition never graduates," and we talk about that. And so just knowing that the legacy that they've left isn't gone, that expectation of being as excellent as they were is still there, and the team now expects that. So
what most excites you about this group and this challenge you have, like you said, trying to lead a team that's a little bit younger this season?
I think I don't know, I just know that we're going to be, I feel like our team is underestimated maybe a little bit, and just because that great class has graduated, but I just know that our team works well together, and all of the girls work hard, and we're here to prove that we are as good as they have been in years past, even if those great classes have graduated.
Most years I think it's about balance. There's not always one player that scores all the points, but how does your role change, if at all, for this season?
I wouldn't say my role really changes. It's more just growing into being a leader, just still obviously taking those shooting threes and maybe more attacking the rim this year, but obviously we have players like Riley Pauly and TC and Becca, and just growing into those roles of just being more dominant on the court. I think it's exciting. I'm excited to see what we can do.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what this program has accomplished and what it's capable of. How do maybe the younger players coming in grasp that, and how do you help them understand that the standard is really high here?
Yeah, I think a lot of them know that coming in. It's hard not to acknowledge what this program has accomplished, and so I think they work very hard and they know this level and the standard that we have for this program and our team, and I think most of them are ready to take on that challenge of accomplishing those things.
I was gonna say, you get to see that big red banner anytime you practice here in Walls anyway. It's a pretty good reminder of what has happened recently here for this program. But we mentioned the ratings before we started recording, but it's a new year with a new dynamic with one division in NAIA basketball. But you said, do you relish maybe that role where people think that, oh, they graduated these players, now we can beat Concordia? How do you see that playing out?
I mean, obviously that if you put it like that, it sounds like they're underestimating us, which, I mean, again, we lost a great class, but I think we're ready. I think we're ready to show teams that, even though we may not be like have the people that we did, we have great freshmen coming in that can help us. I just think that we're ready to go, and I know our team is really excited to start competing.
How about that freshman class? I don't expect you to name anybody individually, but how is that group coming along? I know several of them will have a chance to play key roles on the varsity team.
Yeah, they work hard all the time. It's impressive to see them. We come into the gym and there's so many of them in there getting better, and they push each other so hard in the weight room, and there's a few of them that step up as leaders also on the court, and so that's something that our team needs, and then it's really encouraging to see.
Well, you're one of them one of these athletes that competes in another sport too, with outdoor track. What is the demand on you for that? Right after basketball, you're having to get ready to compete in another sport. How do you manage that? Yeah,
it's obviously track is a little different, just uses different body parts and muscles, and so Coach Beisel and Coach Boson work really well together to kind of give me that break that I maybe need in between. But my freshman year, the transition was pretty easy. Like I enjoyed competing in both, and I know that I'd be sad if I had to give one up. So just try to do both.
Mm-hmm. And last thing, we know that everything looks a little bit different now. Every team in the country is figuring out how to manage through the virus situation, but how has your team kind of handled that and tried to be responsible, I guess, to try to make sure you can get through your season, the full season?
Yeah, just making sure we're following the guidelines, the rules, always wearing the mask, following the arrows on the floor, just holding each other accountable, making sure that we're staying like that distance away, but also like if you feel fine, if you're safe, go to class. Do all the little things. The details are really important.